Well, I just learned that the Disney castle wasn't real, and neither is that agreement with YouTube that I thought would get on track to be able to watch this UVA season opener against Ryder. Man, what a disappointment not to be able to watch the game. So I may not have very much, but what I do know is that we blew the doors off of Ryder. Sean, Mills, you guys hacked your parents' accounts and really got to enjoy the game to the fullest. Initial thoughts. So hold on, let me back that up. Mills, I want your take first, and then I want Sean's take because I kind of know how this is going to be. Mills, is this the new era? Is this what you've been asking for the past 2 years?
Yes. It's
you
good.
Like where it's going.
Yeah, Sean's going to get into the stats and how many threes we missed and how many we didn't have many turnovers. But it was good to see a fast-paced game, up and down. It wasn't truly sloppy, which Sean always says this style of basketball is sloppy. But it was fun to watch. It was like during the last era, you could go to the bathroom and come back, and the score would be the same.
So at the beginning of football season, you said that you had no expectations. You were going to have lowest of expectations. You seem to have pretty high hopes about this team this year, and I feel like you're pretty excited. Are you setting yourself up for failure because this is Ryder?
Well, yes. The first 3 games is Ryder, North Carolina Central, and then Hampton. So yes, these should be mollywop. We're paying some of these teams to come play us. So yes, am I setting up for? We should make the tournament.
Okay, Sean,
we should make the tournament.
Your initial thoughts of this?
Oh,
are you ready for this?
Real quick, Odom is 100% win percentage at UVA. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, no, I truly did hack my parents' account to watch this game and had to change passwords and everything. But finally got in, and I wasn't as turned away from the game as I thought. I liked the defense. I liked the intensity, and we knew he was going to bring defensive pressure to UVA. VCU coined it havoc. We can't call it that. We got to find something else to call it. But I like the full court pressure. I like the defensive side. We still had 2 shot clock violations, which the fans still love in Charlottesville, by the way. They got up for it. So I like that. The offense wasn't as sloppy as what I was expecting. I was expecting that running up and down the court, you clanging off the backboard like Angel Reese, bang, and then you get the next one and go again. And it was back and forth. No, we had some we kind of had a little bit of style to it. So I really will have to watch a few more games and see the breakdown of the offense. It didn't feel like we ran true sets. Like we didn't, like Tony would run, we would have motion offense, and we would move the ball around. It kind of looked like we had 5 guys on the perimeter, 4 guys on the perimeter, and we're just like, hey, who can beat their man one-on-one at times? So I think when we get into it, I'll be able to give more of a detail. But first game I was in, I liked it. And yeah, at the end of the day, I don't like missing 22 threes.
Sure.
I don't miss a part of the game where we shot 5 threes and got 4 offensive rebounds, and we still came away with 0 points.
While we're talking about bad stats, one that really stood out to me when I was looking through it was the free throw.
Free throw was awful.
So bad. It was still bad. It was. They
19 for 34. If we don't correct 19 for 34, you know how many 1-point games, 2-point games we're going to lose?
Did you hear on the broadcast? The guy goes, everything's different, but the same free throw percentage is still the same.
Yeah, maybe the rim was a little off. Maybe they didn't get the basketball hoop set up in the right spot. They clanged a bunch off.
You say the 8 for 30?
8 for 30.
Hold on. But also, let's talk about this in the old era. That's what I'm gonna make it known. The old era. How many offensive rebounds did we get?
We would get our. Let me rephrase. We did not focus on offensive rebounds.
In that one possession, we got more offensive rebounds.
I think you would have to, in fairness to both of you guys, I think you would have to pull, like if you just look at like this game or something like that, you'd probably have to pull just shot attempts because obviously
that's how you're going to see the number of possessions is going to be different
as you lower your shot attempts or number
Correct.
of possessions, your offensive rebound will probably go down as well. But that being said, we definitely have more height, so I'm expecting more offensive rebounds.
I mean,
And
6'6", 6'7", 6'8".
more, but even just having real bigs.
Yeah. D. Ryder, big. Shooting the three.
So speaking of players, like, is there any particular player that stood out to you? Were you surprised by anybody? Because I think DeRitter had a little bit of a slow start in like the Villanova games and stuff like that. But this game, like, he came out and
double-double.
He clearly was our go-through guy.
I think
which I thought was going to be Malik. Was how I thought at the beginning of the season. As everybody was projecting Malik to be our guy.
So I listened to last. You mentioned Chance just because he's the local hometown favorite. He had a good game.
He did.
Sean's going to talk on his guy, which I liked him. D-Rater definitely is the guy that is the focal point. But I like the Sam Lewis guy.
Okay.
He played well. He flowed well. He was a part of the starting five.
He's like, to me, and kind of just like looking on the outside, he's to me what we had kind of hoped. Who was the guy that we had from last year from San Diego State?
Number one. He wore number one.
Oh wow, we were really forgetting people's names that bad.
Saunders.
Yeah, Saunders. Elijah.
But I mean, he to me kind of comes across like an upgrade in that.
But Sam came from the Toledo, and you were high on him at first. You're like, hey, this dude's a good get.
He can shoot.
Also, I call him Mr. Clean, the guy from North Dakota State. That dude's the most aggressive dude out there.
He's fast.
He's aggressive.
He's got some twitch speed on him. Like, just
the
really
dunk
fast.
The dunk he had, he flushed it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm honestly excited. I'm excited about Ugana coming in. Just have that next guy that can come in. And then how often did we see last year when we would face teams that had true bigs or something, and we just did not have the size to match up? And this year we do.
You know what I was...
Well, we had the height. I don't know if they got the body mass to be competitive too with everybody.
He's legitimately 7 foot with probably like a 10-foot wingspan. Like,
yeah, he's big.
Yeah,
he's long.
Huge. And then the one thing that I was kind of like surprised by, the one guy that did stay, Carter Lang, he got like 2 minutes.
Guy, right?
He got like I just don't think he fits his system.
He's just there. I think he's like this is his last year.
Yeah, he came from Purdue. And Gertrude, he didn't get much playing time.
I think he's gonna transfer out. Maybe not like. I think he's gonna transfer out.
You think Gertrude transfers?
Yeah.
Gertrude got 10 minutes.
That's just how I see it.
I mean, that was like chump play at the end.
No, he was in early. He was in early in the game, and then when he got his first points, I think everybody in the crowd recognized it and got a little louder for him. Because, I mean, you got to think missed an entire year with a scooter knee injury, and then
I hope they get him a scooter.
Who was the other 4-star that we picked up? I'm not seeing his name on here.
That's Tillis, the guy that got injured.
No, he's not the 4-star.
No, you're talking about
he might not have played.
Silas Barksdale from Newport News. Yeah, he didn't play.
I didn't get fairness to me. I didn't get to watch him.
He's a freshman.
Yeah, he's the first year.
Yeah, but him and Chance were like our only two 4-star recruits. But Chance is really, I think, starting to carve his way in. I was skeptical at first because of his height, but you have to feel good about him being part of the future of UVA basketball. And he's the hometown hero. It's just such a good story.
Yeah, the amount of times they brought up how far away St. Anne's Belfield was and how many St. Anne's Belfield alumni play at UVA. I mean, 0.7 miles.
I mean, his parents have season tickets.
Well, now they don't have to pay, I'm sure. They probably get that player seat. But he had a spark plug moment in the second half where he
had that
knocked
steal
out
under the basket.
Well, he had 2 threes in a row.
Still under the basket.
And he had a steal under the basket on inbounds play, which was huge. So, I mean, he had some really good moments. And I think the biggest takeaway from all these guys is that we forced a turnover and we didn't turn the ball over. Last year, how many turnovers would we have? 10, 15? We had 6, and they all came in the second half.
This team is way more talented than last year's team.
Also, with Chance, like he's in a good spot. Like if you think about, it, like he's probably gonna get playing time, but he has like a good mentor in Dallin Hall in terms of like a point guard that he can look to.
Correct.
In terms of
He looked good
just
too.
learn the game. Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be interesting this year. I think you're gonna see
Him
like,
and Malik.
I think you're gonna see different people show up in games, and it seems like everybody has that capacity.
So-
That's already proven.
The real first test that I think that they come to is when they go to the Greenbrier and they play Butler. I think that's going to be your first true test. I think Northwestern we beat, but I think Butler is the first true test that this
Right.
team will see.
Yeah, I mean they definitely get up and down the floor. I mean free throws can be fixed. That's not the end of the world. Do you think he was there watching up in the booth?
Who's that?
They didn't show Bennett at the game.
That's two.
Well, he baited me. How am I not supposed to answer that question?
No,
Producer Madison asked me the same thing.
I just
He
said-
said, "Was Bennett there?"
Oh, that's three.
And then he also, producer Madison liked the fact that
Do you think that person that you're gonna say again wore
Bennett.
Yeah, that's four. So how many times? What do you think he wore? Do you think he wore just a?
That's
normal
what
blue?
producer Madison was
Nah,
saying.
he-
He liked that.
He dyed his hair black.
No more salt and pepper. No, producer Madison liked that. Odom had a suit on, and apparently he said he's going to wear a suit every game. So in the era where college sports has kind of gone more relaxed, I think
I
bringing
like
the
that
suit
pull.
back is
I
nice.
like that
He
pullover.
has to. I mean, pullovers are for VCU basketball.
I did like the. I'm talking about the coaching staff pullover. That white pullover.
The white pullover they had it
You don't
last
like
year.
white. You don't like white.
I don't like white, and
Also,
I don't
the
like
u-
I don't like Nike.
Can we also
so.
talk
now
about?
that he's making UVA money, he can get a tailored suit. I'm sure he was making really good money at VCU, but
Probably, but let's also talk about the uniform. The orange numbers are back.
well,
and that is
let's
big.
talk about it.
The classic style.
He needs some longer shorts. He looked like the
That's
kicker.
the
from
European.
That's
He
European.
looked like the kicker from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Bro,
But you know what I mean? Like, I know it's European, but his seemed like extra. Like he looked like Borat out there.
I was thinking.
But you remember our era growing up playing high school where
that was the Allen Iverson era when they were.
but
punching
when I
knees.
when I was playing basketball, Ben, it might have been a little bit.
Pistol Pete.
No, after you,
I'm
I
talking
think
about growing
after you, Ben, they started the shorts started getting bigger and bigger. Like I mean, I wore double XL in
you know
high
who,
school.
You know
playing,
who started the baggy
You-
pants, right? The Fab Five.
Yeah, but I mean, it was bad. Like
I had a pair of Michigan shorts that I got hand me down from my brother. But yeah, I mean that was, but there it changed a little bit, Mills, because they went through this ugly phase, and you probably saw in college sports. I hated these uniforms,
The baggy shorts
baggy shorts, but the jersey
were
changed.
huge.
The jerseys became just cutoffs.
Correct.
The cutoffs were the ugliest jerseys. Like,
Also, the Do you remember the era of the jerseys that?
but a lot of that had to go, I think, from And One, the And One mixtape series.
yeah.
That was the jersey that was out back then. But
Sean doesn't
speaking about
remember that.
jerseys, I remember and one.
will
that-
you wear your old high school jersey in studio?
I have it. Definitely
You
have
didn't
it.
give that back.
Don't
It was
ask
kind of a
questions
rite
you don't
of
want the answer
It was
to.
kind of a rite of passage to steal it at your senior year, like you were going to steal
And it
your
was.
shorts or your.
I mean, I
something.
got everything.
I don't know about jersey. You're not going to wear your jersey out, but
Did
definitely
you frame it?
I still had the short. I had the whole,
Definitely-
I had the full get up. I got the maroon one.
I
and
mean,
I
I
got the
stole
white
my
one.
soccer.
you definitely
jersey.
steal your shorts because
Yeah.
you'll wear your shorts when you go play pickup.
I think I had your old shorts, the silver ones.
He had my old jock strap.
All right, Carter.
Who scored more points between y'all two in y'all's career?
Ben, 100%.
I didn't score a ton.
Were you a 1,000-point scorer?
No.
Were you a 500-point scorer?
Ben,
Maybe.
you were
I don't
a point guard, right?
Yeah, not my
Facilitator?
senior year. I didn't really play point guard.
Back in the
I
carpeted gym
scored-
floor day.
I scored more early when we didn't have anybody. As the team progressed, I didn't have.
You were throwing lobs to Brian.
No, I wasn't throwing lobs to Brian.
The first guy I ever
You
saw
know what,
dunk.
Does anybody have like
I
a
was-
videotape of this?
I might have a VHS at my parents' house.
So I made the 8th grade team of my high school, and I had 2 points, and I played a total of 4 minutes the whole season.
paid to play?
I basically had to pay. My parents probably got me on that team.
No,
Where that
I did
rounding
have
error comes
I
into
did
play.
have a stretch. I was like 7th grade, and I played on the JV team, and I was absolutely dominant. I don't know what it was. I was absolutely dominant.
Juicing up. Were you like?
No, I mean, I guess I had an extra year on people, but I think that year, or it was the following year, my 8th grade year, that because the school was so small. I got to play both, so I would literally play the JV game
And then go over to
and
varsity.
then I'd go over to the varsity, and I wasn't a starter, but I played a lot. So I was
Double,
like,
I double
I
duty.
think I played 50 games that year.
But to circle back around to the Odom era, I think that, he looked good in his suit. The orange numbers were we begged for that for last 4 years for Bennett to have. We didn't get
But is
it.
that like changing something
it
as
once.
subtle as a uniform? Is that kind of like this is
A new era.
It marks the new
Yes.
start, even though like, hey, Nike may not have wanted to make us new uniforms this year. Does Ryan Odom get to keep the?
But Odom
hold on,
said
hold on.
he
Does
was a uniform
Odom
guy.
still get to keep the gold tag on the back?
Yes, yes.
So that doesn't change.
Does not change. But
Now, if you're Odom, did you want that to change?
no,
Or do you keep that?
That's a Nike thing.
I get
Nike
that, but
wants
if you're
to-
Odom, be like, hey, I didn't earn that here.
doesn't
so let's-
matter. It's a
I think maybe it's a thing where you want to
Kentucky
earn it
still
yourself.
has it.
If I just look at this team as a whole, it's an interesting team for sure. I mean, definitely a lot of talent.
Let me ask you this. Go back before football season. You might have answered it. I couldn't remember. Who is going to have a more successful team? Basketball or season? Basketball.
I don't
or
think we
football?
ever even asked the question.
Who would you have said?
I'm trying to like
Successful would be like
but I
making
get
the
it, but
tournament.
I'm
would
getting
making
what
the-
I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like parallel the two what success looks like for
bowl game, making the tournament.
Oh well, that's even still hard. I mean, because we just have to get 6 wins, and I really did feel like we were going to get.
You did.
6 wins.
You were from day one. You were saying that they were getting 6 wins. Okay, I was just saying it was good to see the fast pace, the
I think
defense still being there.
I think with basketball, I would probably say that we would probably have very similar seasons. Let me put it like that. When
To
I look
last
at
year?
like how no similar seasons like success wise in football and basketball, because I feel like if I'm just looking at like where I thought we might fall in the ACC at the beginning of the year in football, somewhere more in the middle, and then I felt like that's probably going to be the same thing in basketball because I believe that the ACC is
It's stout.
is much tougher this year than they have been. They've gone through a little bit of a weak phase, but I think that some of the teams are catching up. North Carolina State, I think, is back. Louisville is just there. They're going to be really good. Duke's really good.
Carolina's that like which team shows up?
Is this his last year?
Probably if they don't
If he
do
doesn't
something.
get it done. Us, Clemson's always in the mix.
Virginia
SMU,
Tech.
I think
hate
is
to
a-
say it. Virginia Tech's got some great players.
Well,
they got
the wall came back, and that they got that
European.
They got that Greek guy that came in. That's I think might have been.
number 2 or 1.
Yeah, I think he might have been ranked even higher than like Grunlow and the Ritter and all them. So he's an NBA prospect. So it's gonna be a tough season ahead of us. It's gonna be a dogfight with a lot of these teams.
It does come, and I hate to talk about it, but and I know Sean and we all talked about it. The year that we should have made the tournament, and we did, but that non-conference schedule is still so bad.
I don't
And I
mind it
understand
this year.
and I understand that these games are already picked in years advance. Like they've already scheduled them, kind of.
I don't know if there was probably some flexibility here because you can pay any amount of money to change a game around. But I think for us,
You want to see this
we need this because you can only play but how many exhibition games?
2.
Yeah. So we need these games to really find out because if you looked, Odom was subbing in and out, in and out.
And I
he's
loved
trying
it.
to yeah, I get it, but he's trying to find a rotation because at the end of the day, you're not going to be when crunch time comes. Who is your 5? And he's finding that rotation right now.
And
Right.
I mean,
To me, it's got to be as some form of Grunlow and the Ritter
Ritter.
because they look good together.
And Hall.
I didn't see a whole lot out of Hall, and I didn't see a whole lot out
But
of
he
Malik.
did that at BYU. He was
I mean,
just
once
a
if the
facilitator.
shots start going down, I'll
but
be a
his
little more
job is
excited
not
on
his,
some of them.
his job.
His job
is
to facilitate.
Just to facilitate. I think he's gonna be a stout defender. I think he's got a little more size and strength. He looks, you know what I mean. I think he's gonna be a good asset. And it's too early, but I was really surprised with Malik, to be honest with you. But to get to your point about strength of schedule, I mean, really the only way to operate around that is just be really good in the ACC.
So let me ask this: in like 2 years,
And it's not also strength of schedule is not as heavily weighed. I feel like it's a weighing.
It is with-
well, what I'm getting at is it's a weighing factor, but you also have Kim Pom, which is more analytical in terms of the production of the game.
like
So-
winning by 15.
right? So
help.
so like yeah, so.
I know
That's what-
you hate
that-
Ken Palm, but
I know, but I'm saying this year's where that's going to have to play in our favor. Like we're going to have to be a high statistical team if your strength of schedule is not there. And yes, I do recognize that team strength does equate into that Ken Palm thing, but
my thing is like, you know, and I'm not trying to compare us to like the Dukes and the Kentuckys and Arkansas yet. But would you like to see us be in a not a championship 4, but like you're going to play, you know, opening game was Arizona, Florida, or a Duke, Texas, like some playing like an opening game that's like a marquee. These two teams will make the tournament, could potentially be Sweet 16.
I get that. At the same time, like to Sean's point, like we're trying to get this program up and going, and like I think that's not like that's not the pressure you want to put in on the program early unless you're 100% know for a fact those teams that you're speaking of, like they're coming off like deep runs. That's just
or Natty.
yeah. I mean that's where
They've retained a
that's where
decent
you-
amount
that-
of
those
players.
are the
what
games
I
that
want to
UVA
see.
and
This
20
team is tested. That's what I want to
at
just see
some
this
point.
team.
At some point in time, yes, I agree, but not this year. I don't think so this year.
No, I like it again this year. Ease into the season. I mean, we can look at the schedule and
I mean, you play North Carolina Central, you play Hampton,
Marshall.
like.
So get off into a good rhythm. Start off 4, 5, 6, and 0.
But like after Gonzaga, after Butler, you play Queens, and then the SEC tournament we play Texas, which is, and Dayton is a tournament team occasionally.
Yeah, but again, roll into the season. I mean, really, we gotta.
We open with Tech as ACC.
Yep.
Is it at Tech?
That first one's in Blacksburg. Yep.
What's that? What's that icon right beside that to the right? Yeah.
That's the Commonwealth.
Commonwealth Clash.
Okay. Oh, I couldn't see.
Speaking of the Commonwealth Clash, that'll be coming up later.
We'll get there, one game at a time. Oh, you're talking about just
I'm just saying overall, we're spanking tail right now.
yeah. I mean,
I see what you're saying, Ben. I was just last night I got excited. I was like, "Damn, this!
I mean,
looks
that's good.
I mean,
It's hard. It's also hard because typically by this point in the football season, we're like, oh God, thank goodness we have something to be excited about.
I was telling Mary going into the pod, I was like, you know, halftime we're prepping for basketball because we're already like eliminated from bowl eligibility and like, all right, when is this football season over with? Like,
Right.
who's getting
You just
fired?
wanted to hurry up and
Yeah,
get it
get it
done.
over with. Like you said, we didn't have much prep time because
but like
that was because we forgot or not forgot. We completely overlooked at the fact that the season started last night.
also I think the season started a couple weeks earlier.
I don't think it started a couple weeks. It's about the same time.
I mean, we're in November,
Yeah.
That's true.
so but like it's also like football's just been so crazy and so wild. Like you're just so focused and hyped up on that. Like it's just hard to.
Like Friday we'll have a game, and then turn around you have a home game. Like the crowd.
You're just like
I was a little disappointed in the crowd not being there for the
It's
first
typically
game.
like that.
Yeah, but first game for Odom.
I think it was 10,000 plus.
But
yeah.
I'm okay.
A lot to look forward to.
Ooh,
Oh,
12,000. So
all right, but
All right, so we didn't really get to do it on the last pod, but fall sports wrap up.
yeah, now the other fall sports are into ACC play. So really starting with the cross country team, the girls finished 5th. They beat Tech. Tech finished like 8th, so they got the point there for the Commonwealth Clash. The men won a nail biter in the cross country championship against Syracuse, won by like 2 points, I believe. Kind of upset about my boy Martin finishing 2nd. A little upset about that.
I'm going to sleep just fine.
Yeah, but I mean, soccer got the #1 seed thanks to Cal beating Stanford.
So when did they kick off that tournament?
That's
No pun intended.
Thursday,
Thursday.
but we don't play.
Well, we get a bye. Probably.
Yeah, the
Two
women
buys or just one buy?
just one bye. The women kicked off. They beat Florida State at Florida State
Big,
in PKs.
big goal stop by our goalie.
Keeper,
Big stop. Keeper.
Yeah, in PK.
But I can't call it a goalie. Jeez.
Why can't you call it a goalie?
You said you corrected me. You
It's
called it a keeper.
Well,
yeah,
that's
it
the
was goal.
technical term. It's the keeper. And then the other roundup is you got, let's see, field hockey. They're moving on to the semifinals, so a lot of ACC championships potential.
Could be a really special year. And to just go back to what I said at the beginning of the season, I said that I felt like the tides were rising, that it went with a winning culture at UVA, and that
Money.
it was important that
No money.
but it was important that UVA football holds up their end of the bargain. That's all, be part of that.
And they have.
And they have.
They
some
could
fun.
lose the next 4. Next 3.
I know that you could cut this out, Sean, but do you feel like the atmosphere? And we might have said it in the last pod. What do you think the atmosphere is going to be like this Saturday?
I think it's going to be. I'm still putting my number up around 57 and a half.
You think they beat the, what was the last
Do you think it'd be
one?
similar to Wazoo?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a similar atmosphere to Washington State, and I think at 8-1, coming off a road win, I really think the fans show up, especially 7:00. You're getting really into football weather now, so I think the fans should be there. There's no reason not to be there. And Chandler Morris, called on everybody to show up. So
Pep rally. They should do pep rallies.
I think you should paint your chest this Saturday.
Do it.
yeah,
Sean.
because the lone guy up in 529 with his chest painted.
You might be on TV.
No, I'm fine. I've actually in my older age when it's cold, I don't like it. I did not enjoy the cold
Once
one
Shaw
bit.
lost all the weight, he lost his. Ability
I lost
to
my
keep-
thermal blanket, so
You can wear that UVA baseball coat.
that is a very nice jacket. I think it's going to be a good atmosphere this weekend. Following back into the roundup, golf finished second in East Lake Cup, 3-2. They lost to Florida. Very tough conditions, battling out there in the rain and a little colder than you would want to play in. Ben James battled to the end, knocked down a birdie on 18 to have a chance to tie the match and go to extra holes, but then his opponent knocked down a long birdie putt to maintain the one-up lead. So it's still ranked number 1 in the country. And Gordon Sargent, they going into their break and getting ready for the spring season, and they're going to be ready. It's going to be very exciting to see what this team does. I think they have a chance to make it the championship match play again, and we'll see what happens in the spring.
There's a little bit of disappointing news on the lacrosse front, wasn't there?
Let's not talk about it.
What about the big news for lacrosse? Big $1 million donation.
Yeah. Also, not the greatest news. They're hosting the championship weekend, and a month before that, they're going to be having the Luke Combs concert on that stadium a month before that tournament. So hopefully that field doesn't get destroyed.
It's in the spring?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're in spring growing season. You'll be fine.
And then you got, but yeah, as Ben said, we lost a commit, a 5-star commit. He flipped from us to Princeton, so
Princeton.
he was going to be part of the trio next year.
How does that happen?
Princeton, I mean, it's a lacrosse school.
I get that. Well, it's
It's a lacrosse
I mean,
school.
it's a true Ivy League.
it's an academic school.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how'd they pull that off? So I guess they have the money. You would think that Ivy League schools could probably put together the most amazing football team ever. Now that money's not.
I don't know, man. We have a tough time getting the kids academically.
No, I'm just saying. You don't think there's a lot of money at Harvard
Oh, 100%.
or
Yale
Princeton?
or Princeton.
Yeah, why isn't their NIL through the roof? Their budget.
I think
through
they're
the
also FCS, so.
roof. They don't have to be.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Wait till Harvard makes it to the playoff.
I don't think they can. They're FCS.
I don't know. We're just spitballing anyway. As always,
Oh, my God.
go Who's.
Go Hoos.